Welcome inside our CBS studios. I'm Adam Schein alongside my guy, the great Kyle Long. And Kyle, this table, I want to jump through it.
Bang!
I'm telling you, what a win for the Buffalo
Bills. You hear that
Bills.
right now? Josh Allen just scored another touchdown.
I mean, this freak looked like Santa Claus in the snow in lovely Western New York. I mean, 4 total touchdowns. He wouldn't let the team lose. The way they showed heart and resolve after the James Cook fumble, that was unbelievable.
Brutal.
I mean, the way that Allen was just whipping the football in the wind and the snow and, you know, the weather and all the elements in Buffalo. The season's on the brink, and instead, you now see Buffalo win and inspire. And I still stand by my take. Look, all these teams in the AFC have issues and flaws. There's no perfect team, which is why the AFC postseason is going to be amazing. I'm not betting against number 17 when it comes to the regular season down the stretch, most especially in the playoffs.
Same conversation we have week to week, year to year about number 15 in Kansas City, where you say, nah, that body's not cold yet, okay? That's the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen. That's the reason why he's the MVP. That's the reason why on 3rd and 18, they're not out of it. And it doesn't have to be a pass play for you to convert a first down. This guy is a horse, okay? It's like somebody went down to the stables, unclipped the locks, and all of a sudden Secretariat comes running out the damn barn and people are freaking out. That's what it looks like when Josh Allen runs the football. It doesn't have to be that crazy in Buffalo, okay? It doesn't have to be complicated. Find a way to dominate the line of scrimmage with James Cook. Have Aaron Kromer, the offensive line coach, design these runs in a similar fashion to Ben Johnson sets up the offense for Chicago to have success. And then when in doubt, let 17 figure it out.
Listen.
That's what they did today, and if they change that, they're wrong.
So you see Buffalo pull this one out, and you see Buffalo, when it mattered the most, play their best, and you see Buffalo inspire. Kyle, I'm calling the shot right now, and I want to give Drake May and Mike Vrabel all the credit in the world, and they have earned everything this year, and Vrabel, to me, is the coach of the year, and Drake May is, you know, in the top 2 for MVP. Season's not over. We called the league before we taped this YouTube hit. I think that Buffalo goes on the road and beats the New England Patriots coming up on CBS next week.
Well, they're going to need to do that to prove not only to themselves, but to the world that the New England Patriots aren't at the top of the pile in this AFC East. And I think this Buffalo team has that X factor with Josh Allen. I truly do, in that offensive line. I understand Drake May and the New England Patriots. They're red hot. They're Destiny's team this season. But at the end of the day, if you want to be the guy, you got to beat the guy. And they already did it in Buffalo. Do it twice if you want to be legit about it. Because if Josh Allen rolls in with the kind of gusto that he had today, it's going to be a long day for the New England Patriots defense.
I also think if you're a Bills fan, you're kind of looking for signs from the universe. Like, this is the kind of game where Buffalo is losing at home to Joe Burrow in the snow, and James Cook fumbles, and you're thinking what could go wrong goes wrong. They were on the teeter-totter of this being an absolutely horrendous and brutal season-defining loss. Like the Fire McDermott conversation was going to be hot and heavy if they lost this game. They were en route to losing it by double digits. But Josh Allen saved everyone and everything. This is kind of what I expect from Josh, who he is, what he does. And look, if he has to in the playoffs go into Foxborough or Jacksonville or Denver or anywhere else, Houston, I know that they lost in Houston earlier in the season, I'm riding with Josh Allen as the guy who's going to lead the Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl finally.
Regardless of where they play, the conditions they play, who they're playing against, the one guy who will always be just a little bit better than the competition from a physical standpoint, from a mental standpoint, is Josh Allen. And we saw that on display in the biggest of moments in this game today. And I would anticipate they're going to ride the back of that giant until the wheels fall off in Buffalo.
Listen, you look at the remaining schedules, and Buffalo has New England and Cleveland and Philadelphia and the Jets. I think Buffalo is going to run the table. You know, New England's got Buffalo, Baltimore. I do think they will beat Baltimore. They have the Jets, and then remember, they have the Miami Dolphins to end the season.
They ain't lost in a minute either.
You know, and that's been, you know, historically for New England, a kryptonite kind of team, maybe. You know, Mike McDaniel is literally coaching for his job in that specific spot. But no matter how you slice it down the stretch, I just think Josh Allen is going to be able to take care of business. And look, Dawson Knox was awesome today.
Yeah.
And you saw Dalton Kincaid get on the field, and he was healthy. Keon Coleman was making some plays. Shakir was making plays.
He had to reintroduce himself to his teammates.
Which is a big deal. And all of a sudden, if you can get those guys going, and James Cook can protect the ball, and the defense, I mean, Bedford, I mean, this guy is unbelievable in terms of getting his paws on the football, the pick six in this game. Espinoza had an unbelievable play. The Buffalo defense is never, Kyle, going to be great this year. But if they're good enough to make splash plays and game-changing plays, that's everything. Takeaways, it's everything for the Buffalo Bills.
You know what? I'm sitting there last night and I'm thinking about Keon Coleman. I'm sitting in my hotel room. I'm thinking about the Buffalo Bills for whatever reason. I'm not a Bills fan, but I enjoy good football. And one thing that you can talk about with the Bills is how close historically they've been. And even the last handful of years, that's been the case. You would think that if you've got an MVP as your quarterback, you've got an offense that's ready to go win this thing, you would have all hands on deck, all like 11 out of 10 focus from everybody. It was very odd to see the stuff that transpired in that receiver room over the last handful of weeks. But if today was any indication of what the next month is going to be like for the Buffalo Bills, the future's bright, and just follow Josh Allen, hop on his back, and help him out, and he'll take you as far as you want to go.
This Week 15 slate in the NFL is absolutely incredible. Slate of the year, and this Bills-Patriots game on CBS, oh, baby, spicy.